For real. Pẹ̀lú gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ táwọn people sọ sí mi ní last week. Ìyẹn speaker àti àwọn honourables. So all of you decided to now come late. I came early this time around. Kékeré arúgbó jẹ gbèsè wà kú bàbá ńlá tí ó san gbèsè tarúgbó ti san báyìí. I mean, I don't understand. Báwo ma kàn ṣe tó kalẹ̀ síbí? Because last week they were talking about you pé who built a child and they were trying to refer to me wípé me I have not been active enough in the house. I usually come late. Àwọn people ma gbà lọ́wọ́ mi lónìí. They will collect from me today. Especially, I wouldn't want to use my power over the powerful speaker because he's actually the one that brought me to this house and called me to become a powerful deputy speaker. And I was boni àwọn honourables yìí. Wow! We are there! Oh God! Already I found a moment. But I didn't know. If I don't get you, I won't waste the time now. What's all this?
My deputy speaker. I greet you. How na day? Honestly, you miss today. You miss.
Wait. Did you look at the time?
Èyí ṣe o tẹ́ mi tẹ̀ ti lọ ṣá.
Do you realize I can penalize both of you? You are even still smiling at me. It's really serious.
Deputy speaker.
Ìtí mo rí ẹ̀rí o.
Nǹkan agbára yín dá. Where is your wig?
Sorry. That's the way.
Àṣírí ti tú. Ibo lẹ́sùn náà.
Ìyẹn ó ṣe ìbéèrè. Ìyẹn ó ṣe question.
Kò sí problem. No problem.
I had to come here very early.
And you did not stick up for love details. You did not stick up for love details. Don't worry. And you did not come with your
How I wish you were at the love details this evening.
Don't worry.
Ọmọ sí o.
How did I forget?
Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí o.
How are you going to preside over today's program without your wig?
Without your authority.
Bibi báyìí.
Today I will vote you out.
You are going.
See,
finally.
Last
it
week.
don't happen. I don't tell am.
Last week ṣe rántí pé àwọn kan kọrin ìmọ̀ kí mọ̀ kò máa gbọ́dọ̀ jọ.
Ele ti jọ báyìí. Ìmọ̀ ele ti jọ.
Ìmọ̀ ele ti jọ.
Ó ti jọ.
Ẹ pé àwọn honourables òkú láti wọnú ilé because inú ń bí mi lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́.
Ẹ jẹ́ fara burú balẹ̀.
Go and look for your wig first.
Let's see what
Àṣírí yìí ti tú àti mọ̀bí tó wà.
wọ́n ti bílẹ̀ fáwọn tó.
Wọ́n ti gbàgbé ẹ̀ síbi àwọn náà mọ̀.
Mo ń search on Tinder. Ó dà gbé mi lè rí girlfriend mọ́ lọ́dún yìí. I think there is already a problem.
What's the problem, Ke?
This year, mi rí Valentine gift gbà.
Mo
ní problem.
Mo
Mo find out pé mo ti ní problem.
Honourable Tolu, did you come for love details?
But you came late now. What happened?
What's that?
Love detail.
What's that?
So far you did not come. You can't see love.
You cannot find love.
Did you hear what I heard? Odidi honourable. Ó lọ on Tinder. Láti lọ wá girlfriend.
Kò sí òpù mọ́ lọ́dún yìí.
Ẹ̀dùn náà mi ò tiẹ̀ gbọ́. I didn't hear that one. Tinder.
Ṣé ẹ̀yẹ́ mi ṣe Tinder ló pẹ́ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́?
Wàhálà
Tinder ló pè.
Let me find out. Bóyá mo máa rán ọmọ lọ́dún yìí.
Honourable Tolu.
Ẹ jẹ́ farabalẹ̀.
Àní mi ò rí gift gbà lọ́dún iṣẹ́. Ó rí ẹ̀ Valentine gift.
Honourable, Adibi, you came for love details.
Details.
I can tell you. You will know.
You should have just seen.
Tí wọ́n ń pín gift bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
We collected Valentine gift today.
More than gifts.
Ṣé mo lè rí love of my life náà mẹ́?
Mélòó wọ́n pè kán ní love details. You
Iná ti ṣe
didn't
mélòó
hear
lọ́rùn.
that? Love.
Ẹ wo, ẹ jẹ́ ń wo Tinder mi.
Mo sọ náà. I said it. Ibi tó ń sùn náà ti mú wá.
Like me understand. Ṣé ẹ lè bí
It's okay.
ṣé ẹ lè
No
bí
wahala.
mo drop ẹ sí orí.
Orí Facebook wọ́n bẹ̀. ṣàlàyé. Nǹkan tó bá wọ anybody ní kò fẹ́ nù.
O ṣe jàre honorable.
You see,
Bọ́jà yìí náà lọ
your
lọ́dún
honorable speaker.
Ẹ má fọ̀rọ̀ bó mọ́lẹ̀. Look at our deputy speaker.
He didn't come with his wig
To
the house.
bẹ́ẹ̀ náà.
All of you collect
Honorable
this.
Tolu ṣe Yasin.
Wow.
Ṣe Yasin.
O fine lójú, o fine lára.
Why not ni?
You look so beautiful.
You looking ni? Láì ṣe monkey.
Ilé ẹsẹ̀ jò ní náà ní.
Ẹ wo lẹ sọ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ẹ̀ tẹ́ fẹ́ máa bú mi.
So kí ló pariwo when I was coming?
Well, lọ́dún yìí ó dà pé mi lè rí babe mọ́.
A ò lè rí.
And as the case is, gbogbo will of God tẹ̀ ń wá kiri, ó dà pé ó ti sọnù báyìí.
Will of God.
So as for me,
Ṣọlọ́run pínlẹ̀ ni mi understood.
mi kò yé mi, ìyàn tí ń bá rí báyìí ni màá bá lọ. Mo ti wà ń Tinder sẹ́.
Bá mi lọ.
Bá dẹ̀ farabalẹ̀ o.
Mi ì bá ẹ lọ.
Bá mi lọ náà.
Ìrìn àjò
Mi ń ṣe ìrìn àjò méjì.
ìrìn àjò tó dẹ̀ fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ yìí ọ̀nà ìlú kì í ṣe ìrìn àjò tó máa parí láàrin ọ̀nà o.
Ẹ ti
You
ẹ̀
better
dúró
wait for the
náà.
will of
Ọ̀dọ́
God.
sì ti wo ni honourable yìí ní láti wọ house.
Ó yá
Ọ̀dọ́ wo lẹ ti wá house last?
Ó jẹ́
dé ní.
Ọ̀rọ̀ will of God she has to
Well,
fly back from the UK.
Well, I know many of you did not go to school. Speak in English. You are not speaking to an audience that is local. Speak in English.
Anyways, this is House of Opinion with TFK. There the T stands for truth, and the F stands for fun, and the K stands for knowledge. And of course, in this house, this is where we speak the truth in order to do what?
To cause a
In
change.
this house, this is where we speak the truth in order to do what?
To cause a change.
So that they will understand. In this house is where we speak the truth in order to do what?
To cause a change.
Exactly. So right now, we would not want to do this all alone. We realize that the capable speaker of this house, after everything that he made me to pass through last week, well, I would not take it as an offense, all right? But I would want to still appreciate this week that, you know.
Week that you forgot with a woman.
Abio.
Instead kò lọ Tinder kò lọ wọ́n mọ́.
Anyway, Honorable Adams have to suffer for me, I should resist the urge to shalaye. So I'll be going with that very wonderful advice. Well, anyway, so that you just be as though we are the only one in the house today. So, honorables. See that English? Most of the English, a lot of the speakers. Honorables.
Okay.
Honorables. So, it is time to make welcome to the house the distinguished, articulate, dynamic, anointed, effervescent, capable, eloquent, professor, the speaker of the house. With all alacrity, all honorables, stand to your feet as I also stand on my feet. We do for our heart and our heart as we make welcome the speaker of the house, speaker titular.
Only the speaker.
Long live your days belong, sir.
Oh God. Yes. Sit down. Thank you. Sit down. Thank you so much. We're watching.
Wọ́n tún bẹ̀rẹ̀ o. They are already shaking hands beside me. Àmì ẹ̀mí ìtì ìrọ́bìnrin o. I have not found the love of my life.
Relax.
Oh God.
Ara mẹ́rin yìí rí mo lórí olóńgbò látẹ. Inside the house.
They are shaking hands.
Deputy
Speaker.
They are shaking hands.
Speaker is talking. Speaker is talking.
Deputy Speaker.
My powerful speaker. See, I
even forgot his week, sir.
Celebrate your grace.
It has come to my notice that you did not mount the seat of power with your wig on your head.
I didn't mean that it was the will of God for him. You shouldn't have paid me.
Are you trying to get married without my permission or without the permission of God, Deputy Speaker?
Powerful speaker, sir.
Know who chose her for him.
I'm speaking. Do you realize that I'm the deputy speaker of this house? Powerful speaker, sir. Once again, I celebrate your eloquence and anointing, and the specialty by which you craft words in order for us to, you want to catch me off guard, but you have taught us so well because you built us. All right, but it is not as these other honorables think it may want to seem like, because many of them have been trying to hide the seat of authority that I am currently seated upon, and they want to use that against me. That is the reason they are bringing that assumption against me. My speaker, I won't do anything without you. I won't do anything without you. Honorable Tolumale, house.
Welcome to House of Opinion, everyone. And it's obvious that it's the love season.
Yes.
And it's like all the honorables came late. I want to see love details. One forgot his wig somewhere. And I think some of you are beginning to want to get married and you are confused whether there is this will of God thing or this will of God thing does not exist. I still have all my book of law here. And Article 34, subsection 26, tells me that, I will read it when this case starts. Pastor Honorable Peter àti Honorable Esther wọ́n lẹ́yìn ti Mary, Honorable Tolu and Honorable Adasa wọ́n lẹ́yìn wojú Olúwa fún ọmọ àbí fún ìyàwó. So the case on the floor of the house today is this will of God thing. Is it a scam? Is it real? Ṣó ṣẹlẹ̀? Ṣé tòótọ́ lọ́lọ́run máa ń yan? Ọlọ́run máa sọ pé àádé àgbò.
Wàhálà máa ṣẹlẹ̀ níbí lẹ́nu sẹ́.
Etí adé àgbo etí ẹ̀ ti di gbogbo Olúwa etí ẹ̀ ti di gbogbo Olúwa etí ẹ̀ ti di.
Honorable speaker, something more than.
Adasa gbé wò bí ó máa gbọ́. Honorable Adasa gbé wò bí ó máa gbọ́. Gbé wò bí ó máa gbọ́.
Adé àgbo wo bí náà. Jerry,
there is fire on the mountain.
Oh my God.
There is fire.
Honorables. So it's very clear that some brothers are deaf. They cannot hear God again.
We know them.
So they hear the voice and the beauty of a sister than what God is saying. Adiago.
I am the assistant angel.
Oh yeah. Honorable Peter.
Olúwa mi o. Mo ń gbọ́. Máa wí torí ìrọ̀lẹ́.
Àwọn eléyìí ti ń gbọ́ Olúwa. So Honorable Peter, ṣé ìgbà tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ fẹ́yàwó ṣé bí Ọlọ́run ṣe pè yín nìyẹn pé Peter Pétérù Wàdéyínká. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on the floor of the house tonight. Does God speak? His will of God thing, is it a scam? Honorable Tolu, give us your first point in the first 1 minute.
Thank you very much, my honorable speakers. For listeners at home, watching us online, on site, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate you. I heard there was a program that was held earlier today where I could have found the love of my life, but I was not around.
You were not
That's
there.
the problem. But so, in my opinion, my honorable speaker, I think this love, will of God something. I think it's a scam. I have tried it for a few. There's no place I've not tried. I've tried online. I've tried on site. I've gone for seminar. I've gone for conferences.
You've gone first time in church.
I've even gone for first timer. Sir, there is no church in this Akure. They don't know me as first timer. And it is sisters that are always giving me coke, but none of them has looked in my direction. So I will also add it to a statistics by Josh Harry. Josh Harry said, according to statistics in the US, there are about 6,200 weddings in one day in the United States. And let me ask a question. With the category of people around, I know you people don't know statistics very well, but with about 6,200 weddings in a day in the United States, meaning about 5 million in 1 year, how many of them have stayed married? I think many of the people are not hearing anything about the will. Because will should not be broken. If it is broken, it's not a will.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, my honorable speaker.
Honorable, you are saying that the amount of breakages in our marriages today is a proof that it was not a will even from the beginning. Wow. Ìyẹn lágbára. Honorable Peter. Hey! Honorable Peter. Oh! Is there the will of God? The will of God. You are very helpful.
Thank you very much, my powerful speaker, and may your days be longer than your forefathers. And viewers at home and on-site viewers, we appreciate you all coming. My speaker, on this note, I can tell you categorically that there is will of God, and it is so certain. You know, let me first bring up this point. You know, the Bible says in the book of Genesis chapter 2 verse 18, and looking at this concept that we're talking about, which is marriage in quotes, who instituted marriage and with what intention? I read that scripture says that, and God discovered that it is not good for a man to be alone. If it is God that saw that in the first instance, that it is not good for a man to be alone, so what can you convince me with that the will of God is not certain? It is so certain because it is God himself that instituted this relationship of a thing. That's to tell us that the will of God, it is real, and anything outside that, it is nothing. Then permit me to say this, that do we know the difference between complete and finish? Complete and finish. Quickly, let me tell you this. When we talk about
Honorable Peter, relax. Honorable Peter, relax. Ọ̀rọ̀ pọ̀, Bíbélì pọ̀. Ó máa lágbára lẹ́yìn. So, Honorable Peter just showed us. Listeners at home, you are on House of Opinion, and I'm speaking from the UK studio, and that is the Nigerian studio. And we have eaten a very powerful point today. This will of God thing, is it a scam? Is it true that God speaks to people? Is it true that I can just go and choose and make my marriage work? That is what we are discussing today. So if you're on the show, I wanted to share, and let people know at home that this show is on. We are learning. And mind you, it's a stage drama, and anything we say here is just for you to learn. Honorable Peter is acting, Honorable Tolu is acting, Honorable Adiago is acting. We just want you to learn and have fun at the same time. Honorable Peter just said, it is God that has first discovered that it is not good for man to be alone. First point, thank you. Are you sharing? Everybody write on your chat box. It is God that first discovered that it is not good for man to be alone. Wow, let that fly on your status. It is not, which is God that first discovered. Oya now, Honorable Adasa, oya gbẹnu sí. Jọ, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ tí wíìgì Honorable wá láti ilé ẹ̀? But before we talk about that, what's your opinion? Is there no will of God?
Honorable Speaker, people watching me, I want to stand up. Please take a look at me. Shame you.
Aduni Ade. Well done, fine art.
Ṣé mi ò jọ nǹkan tọkùnrin?
Jọ mi lójú. Pẹ̀lẹ́.
Wọ́n ní will of God. They said will of God. Thank you so much, my Deputy Speaker. I've gone to churches. In fact, I've strategically positioned myself. Come back in bo, ma ṣe pe biro mi jabo. Wọ́n bá mi mú rí.
Wow.
They have never picked my pen for me.
Wow.
I will even greet them. Ojú mi rí tó. Will of God. Will of God. Komi ori. Orúkọ mi ò tí sí nínú will. So what then are we talking about? I don't believe.
Orúkọ rẹ ò sí nínú will. So that means that all Jésù tó kú ọkọ will.
Ọkọ will.
Bọ́bọ̀ jẹ́ kí n wo bóyá will yẹn ó wà ní inú constitution tó wà lọ́wọ́ mi jẹ́ kí n ṣí article ó dẹ̀ gbé mo láwọn list kan bí article 86 subsection 29 jẹ́ kí n wo bóyá mi ò sọ pé I'm not sure your name is in this.
It cannot be Adiago. It cannot be.
Well, let me breaking news. Wa will of God, Lord of Deputy Speaker.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
Because I don't believe in it.
Wow.
We don't believe in it.
Okay. Let the argument begin. Honorable Esther. Àwọn èèyàn yìí sọ pé kò sí will of God Okafor. I know where I keep the will. I just dey find am new. Just don't cover and I can't recognize it again. Oscar is eating it good. Everybody on YouTube today, I will be recognizing everybody talking on YouTube. I can see Cynthia Mohammed. Hey, Babola, my eyes are on you. Oh yeah, Honorable Esther, what is your first point in 1 minute?
Thank you, my powerful speaker. May your days be long, like that of your father.
Àbí mo jọ will ẹni.
Honorable speaker, I'm already married. As we can see, I married the will of God.
Which will? Which of the will?
Let me tell you what you did not know. You see, when Honorable Tolu was talking, he was quoting statistics for me. And he was telling me the kind of marriages that happen. Is it not a sign that people are not marrying according to the will of God? And that is why we have the rate of divorce we have in our time now. Why? Because they have chosen to marry their eros and their filios, as they taught us in love details. They went to go and marry eros and filios and whatever. And so, because of that, they are having issues in marriages, divorce everywhere. Some people cannot even find their missing ring. They have not found it. You see?
Thank you very much, Honorable Esther. Ladies and gentlemen, it's getting hotter and hotter. Honorable Esther just said that the reason why there are high rates of divorce and pains in marriages is because people did not marry the will of God. Honorable Tolu said some people are claiming will and it is still breaking. So it was never a will at the beginning of the case. Now, I am going to open the floor. Argument in my Honorable Peter said it was God that instituted marriage, so we must all go to him if we want to marry. Come on, Jira. Oya, ilẹ̀ ti ṣí. Pastor Peter, why do you balẹ̀? Tolu, carry on.
I'm very angry.
Yes.
I'm so angry.
Yes.
Something is happening in my body.
Yes.
Now, Honorable Peter, talk to me and tell me which of the will are we talking about? Because now you are quoting Bible and saying God said it should not be a law. All your patriarchs that I know about, they don't marry one wife.
Yeah.
So which of the will are we talking about? Abraham, oníyàwó, ó tún mú méjì lulẹ̀. Isaac, ó mú ìyàwó, ó tún mú méjì lulẹ̀. So the way they saw even Jacob.
Honorable Tolu, wait, order in the house. Deputy Speaker.
Powerful, sir.
Ṣé o mọ ṣe ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ni? Àbí kí ló ń ṣe ẹ́ kan?
Èmi kan weak ni, sir.
Ó gbúdọ̀ weak.
Wọ́n ti ẹ̀ hit mi.
Ládùúrú weak tó gbàgbé. You must be weak.
You're not going to seek a word there one.
Wait. Honorable Tolu. Jọ tọrọ yẹn sọ dáadáa. You said èwo ni will báyìí fathers of faith. So please cameras come on him ṣàlàyé fún wa dára jẹ́ kí n gbọ́dọ̀ yẹn dáadáa.
My honourable speaker, please help me to consider what they call their fathers of faith. Or let me say our fathers of faith. So our daddy brother Abraham, wọ́n ní ìyàwó Mrs. Sarah, but wọ́n tún wá mú àǹtí kan náà mọ́lẹ̀. But wọ́n ò mú àwọn nìkan, wọ́n mú àǹtí Ega, wọ́n tún mú àǹtí Ketura, wọ́n mú méjèèjì. So èwo ni will ní will of God. Then the second one too, any brother Isaac now. But brother Jacob ló tiẹ̀ fọ́ níjù. Brother Jacob did not even do one.
He did not do 2
2 weeks.
He did not do 3.
He did not do 3 weeks. Brother Jacob did 4 weeks. How many weeks? How many weeks is God writing per time for one person?
Point of information sustained. Honourable Peter eléyìí lágbára o. Ṣé will mẹ́rin ló wá wà ní brother Isaac ṣe will brother Abraham ṣe èèyàn mẹ́rin. Honourable Peter.
Thank you very
Ṣé Ọlọ́run ló bá wọn sọ gbogbo ẹ̀ ní?
Thank you so much, my powerful speaker. Honorable Tolu is sounding so confused on this table.
Yes.
How do I mean? We are talking about the will of God. And what are the things that the will of God encompasses?
Yes.
It encompasses mutual understanding and reality. Now he's talking about maybe my father, that I'm proud to identify with him as my father, Abraham, that he was saying that he married 2 or 3 wives. Yes, that is very correct. But do not forget that the will of God for Abraham was Sarah. At the time that Agai came in, at one reason or the other that is best known to him, because it was not God that instructed him. The person that God instructed him to marry was Sarah. It was through Sarah that
Point of information, Mr. Speaker.
Promised child.
Point of information overruled.
Thank you, my powerful speaker. May you live long. God told him point blank that where you have just gone, Agai that just gone to meet, I did not send you. I did not send you. And he was talking about Ketura. God did not send.
Point of information, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Adasa, Honourable Peter, calm down. Honourable Adasa.
My speaker, sir.
Honourable Adasa, jẹ́ kí orí ẹ ó pé o. Kó dẹ̀ ṣọ́ ara ẹ gidigidi gan. Mo mọ̀ pé ìwọ àti deputy speaker nǹkan tó ń ṣe yìí mi ò tí mọ̀. Èmi máa wí ilé ẹ̀ máa tún wí fún ẹ o.
My bad. Apologies.
Why would you be talking in my house anyhow? Wo màá ṣe àtìkù fún ẹ o.
Ẹ ṣí bàbá, ẹ ṣí.
My bad. Apologies.
Honourable Peter.
My speaker, I remain loyal.
Okay, ẹni sùn. Back to Honourable Adasa yẹn gan. Adasa. Ṣé kí ló dé tó support will of God yìí? Why are you thinking the will of God is not be in this time?
Will of God. Why do we have divorced pastors?
Hey.
Why? I mean,
Honourable Adasa, the pastors that are divorced. Hey. A máa gbọ́ pé chọ́ọ̀chì kan tí wọ́n máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ ṣe jẹ́rìí báyìí. Pásọ̀ yẹn máa ti divorce.
Bá a ṣe rí nìyẹn.
Money will of God ni.
A máa gbọ́ pé bàbá wa tó strong báyìí tó máa lọ bọ̀. Wọ́n máa ti divorce. Hey! Are you sure that so Adasa, you are saying that those ṣé wọ́n rí bìlì ni? If those fathers not see will,
we'll have lost.
That one pastor of our minister, any small thing, they will say, the woman God has sent to my life to help me, my beautiful wife, Kiniko. You will just hear on the news that they are no longer together. And I'm like, you are the oracle of God, preaching to us. You are the one that you cannot even preach in your home. So what are you now preaching?
Point of
Later
information,
you come on
Mr.
the
Speaker.
altar and tell your members that they should marry the will of
Point of
God.
information, Mr.
What
Speaker.
are you saying?
Honourable Peter, I can recognize that Honourable Adasa is making a vital point.
Okay.
If it is the will of God, why will top pastors
Divorce.
now get divorced? Is the will of God divorceable? I mean, this is becoming something very critical. Honorable Esther. Essie Honoro, I can see Essie Honoro say he did not hear. Essie Honoro said he did not hear the will well. Oscar said, Honorable Favor said, Honorable Adasa, that pastor, Omoshebi Omotolani said, the will of God is paramount. Anything that doesn't start with God won't be sustained by God.
Point of information, Mr. Speaker. I have a point of information.
Point of information sustained. Honorable Peter, over to you.
Thank you, my powerful speaker.
Thank you, sir.
Honorable Peter, before you, that girl that is willingly beside you, let me hear her.
Thank you, my powerful speaker, sir. Thank you very much. Well, I think the way this discussion is going, I would first like to allow these honorables by this side of my hand to realize that according to the teaching that we heard last week Saturday in Kingston Prayer Ministry and today, we learned something about prophecy. When we are talking about the will of God, it is more like receiving prophecy from God. And I remember Minister Tolu said that prophecy is the intention of God, which is good for us. But then it might not be what will happen. Because when God has an intention, our reaction towards God's intention will determine maybe it will come to pass or not. When God
Honorable Tolu, stand up.
Sorry, sir. But me,
Honorable Tolu, stand up. Be very careful in this house.
my apologies.
I know you are a sound man of God. I know you preach the gospel very well. And Honorable Esther is referring to your message that blessed her. Oh, they need to borrow. You want to not preaching. I will give you suspension on the pulpit. Suspension on the pulpit. Deputy Speaker. Oh God, you just put wig on your head. You wig in the wind.
there's something that week is not.
And you,
Even glory, mercy and glory and favor. My Lord.
Honorable Tolu, remain standing. When Honorable Esther is talking, let her willingly finish. Honorable Esther, finish what we are saying.
Thank you, my powerful speaker, sir. So, as I was saying, Minister Tolu taught us that when God gives an intention out, maybe he decides to give you rain, but then you ask for water, and he said in the evening you will get water, and then he decides to pour rain and you refuse to put your bucket. He said what God has said and what happened will be different, but it doesn't change the fact that God can do what he has said.
Yes.
And that is the same case with the will of God. You have to come to God first and realize that he is the author of marriage. But when he decides to give you the will, the will of God.
Point of information sustained. Honorable Adasa, over to you. Point of information sustained.
Oh, yeah, tell us what you want to say.
Is this woman speaking sense at all?
Tell us.
Honorable Tolu, sit down.
Thank you, my speaker.
Honorable Adasa, sustained.
Partial information is no information. Sometimes it leads to wrong information. So now you're saying that, yes, prophecy, as rightly said, prophecy is the intention of God, but needs to be acted upon. So you're telling me, now that those pastors, I still stand on those pastors,
Yes.
because I know how people respect and honor their pastors. They heard the voice of God,
Yes.
saying that this is the will for them,
Yes.
and they acted upon it, and they married the person. So what happened? Was the will no longer willing?
Point
Or-
of information,
or
Mr.
what?
Speaker.
Point of information, Mr. Speaker.
Secondly, if it is the will of God, why does the church support divorce?
Point of information, Mr. Speaker.
Why does the church support divorce if it was the will of God? Honorable Peter, hey,
Thank you.
your point of information is sustained. Talk to me.
Thank you, my powerful speaker. Let me pick it
Anyway,
from
Jalo,
where
me.
Honorable Adasa just speak.
Don't pick
I now discover that Honorable Adasa has not been reading Bible.
Abi
She has
o,
only been
it's
reading
the back.
Quran. Or she's reading the back of Bible. That is now.
Honorable Adasa, ó lè wà lórí ìjókòó. Ó lè wà lórí ìjókòó.
She used to read it, but the day she go and visit the deputy speaker,
ṣe
she
mọ̀
used
pé
to forget.
àfẹsọ̀ wọn ti honorable abáwọn bẹ̀bẹ̀ ni. So
Okay,
wọ́n ti
I
ń
got
bẹ́.
it better from my Honorable.
Yes,
I-
we get it now.
Honorable Peter, you have the floor.
Thank you, my powerful speaker.
I will raise you.
Ẹ̀yin àgbà máa ń pòwe kan. Ẹni tí ò nírú ẹni kò lè mọ iye.
Lórí ìjókòó mi.
Kókó ṣe bí òwe my powerful
Èmi ni
speaker.
Honorable Peter ń pòwe sí.
Kókó ṣe bí òwe my powerful speaker.
Point of order sustained. Honorable Tolu. Honorable Tolu, you want to react? You want to react? Honorable Tolu, react.
Who gave you
This is
that
what they
right?
call Ebuara.
Yes, so what's the
This is
meaning of
what they
that?
call Ebuara. Because now I do not have will. But my problem is not even that one. Let me go to my problem. My problem is that, Honorable Peter, why are you trying to bamboozle everybody and give them the wrong information? You said God said Abraham, Sarah is the real one, Sarah is the will. Was it not the same God that said, go and listen to the voice of your wife, Sarah, and take back the woman? Send her away, what kind of God is that? God, are you
Point
telling
of
me?
information, Mr.
Wait,
Speaker.
Sir, the second one. There is a prophet inside the Bible, Prophet Hosea. God told him to go. Your Bible said God told him to go and marry an harlot. What kind of God is that? So your will now, your will that you will, is it a harlot? Answer me. If the Lord say your will is harlot, will you be?
Point of information.
Hello, Honorable Esther, you are married.
Okay. Now, thank you very much. At this junction, I need to use my constitution
Thank you.
to balance
Thank you, sir.
some things on the floor of the house. Because our time will soon be up. And what is paining me, if I don't say it, we need that. Honorable Peter Ishima sọ̀rọ̀, but ọ̀rọ̀ méjì ló ń dùn mí. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ẹ bá ń zoom in, mo fẹ́ wojú deputy speaker because he is the one that is causing this issue.
Is it wrong? Because he did not wait for the will
Hey,
of God.
you don't know what I want to say. Nǹkan tó bá ń dùn ni ló máa ń pọ̀ lọ́rọ̀ ẹni o. Article 76, subsection 82, line 5 states that immediately the speaker goes on an international trip, his ESTA code should be paid. Deputy Speaker, has Honourables not approved my ESTA code?
We have approved.
Is Isaiah code they are?
So, why have you not paid my ESTA code? Àbọ̀fẹ́ sọ wípé nítorí pé náírà ti ṣọ̀wọ́n ní Nàìjíríà. That's why you have not paid my ESTA code by now. Deputy Speaker, you want to respond to that? Or ìwọ àti Buhari, I left you and Buhari in the house and you are now planning. Every form is election. You want to use my money to do election next week Thursday? Deputy Speaker, will you respond to that? Why have you not paid my ESTA code?
Powerful speaker, sir. Jericho, you left myself and President Buhari in the same room the other day before you traveled. But I realized from my communication and conversation with him that he's not actually the one that is doing that issue. But later on, we realized that he also is doing back. But we know that this man, why will it be that it is during this time? Hey, this say see, I am ready to release all these
Isaiah code.
ESTA code, okay.
Ibo lórí will.
Ebo lórí will.
O tún deny will.
Irọ́ ni o, bó ṣe máa ń ṣe nìyẹn. Ó dùn mọ́ o, ẹja tún pè.
Deputy Speaker, are you people serious at all? Ever to be happy in London? You want me to be hungry in London? Now, I'm even hearing that it is because of Tinubu that people have packed money or Obi, you have packed money for election.
It is in
Election.
between the deputy speaker and Buhari.
My
It is
powerful
planned
speaker,
between the deputy
Kabaro
speaker.
me that you really don't need this money.
Why is your kí ló
Really need owó yìí.
This lady is one of the reasons why we have problems.
She's the reason.
Of course.
Yes, oh.
You are not
Yes, oh.
you are not supporting the honorable speaker of the house.
I don't even understand.
Honourables.
I know you support Aya talk.
Honourables.
Talk.
Sarah, last guy I am on seat.
Wọ́n ti gbé rúlé ẹ lórí talk.
It's not your fault.
They have removed your cap and rub your head.
Ẹ ti
You
fàgbà yín
have put
wọlé.
something inside the wig for him.
You will stand up.
Ẹ ti fàgbà
Okay.
yín wọlé.
You will stand
At
up.
this junction,
Pay extra
That is-
code.
Pay extra
Deputy
code.
Speaker,
Powerful speaker.
at this junction, I want to go on recess. You can continue this discussion on this will of God. But when I come back, I will talk about my Esther code, and I want to understand. I think there should be an emergency House of Assembly, House of Opinion on who should rule Nigeria. I am going on recess.
Wọ́n ti fẹ́ kó àdìbò.
Isaiah code, oya, gbé mi fò.
There are.
Gbé mi fò.
So, thank you very much, my powerful speaker. See, may your days belong like that of a palm tree that was
not
planted
loyal.
by our great grandfathers. Shamira.
Àmín.
You are not loyal, liar.
We are talking about the will of God. Ṣé lóòótọ́ ni will of God ló ṣe kọ́? The point that Honourable Tolu was thrown at you.
Exactly.
They are hot points.
Thank you, my speaker.
A point of information, Deputy Speaker.
Honourable Esther Angwa.
You know, I'm beginning to see where the problem is coming from.
Ṣàlàyé.
Ẹ jẹ́ kí n ṣàlàyé. Ṣé rí the situation of this country? Ó ń jẹ́ kí Bible understanding àwọn èèyàn yìí kó máa, ó ń yí bí wọ́n ti ṣe mọ̀ kó ti ṣe ń jẹ́
Make
owó
your point, Jare.
Point of information. Mr.
Understanding
Hold
wọn
on,
ó ti yí padà. That is the
Mr.
reason why they are reading the back of the
The back of the Bible. Thank you,
Uh-uh.
Jose. Support my honourable speaker.
Abi, you want to say your will again?
No,
You know, they were talking something
Will I am?
about maybe pastors that
divorce.
divorce or whatever. That's what I said that at the other time. Ẹni tí ò ní irú ẹni kò lè mọ iye ẹni.
Your fault.
Òun náà ẹ̀ la
Let
lọ́rọ̀
us
náà ni mo
explain
fẹ́ là
it.
yìí.
But by the way, realize pé deputy speaker jókòó and you are kowe.
We said Toto Sheko.
How many is your age?
We said
How much is your age? Yeah, sorry.
Toto
I'm not going to
Sheko.
take that. Point of
Why will you take it? You don't even have will.
I know you can't take
You that you never have will.
serious order.
Will somebody.
Deputy Speaker.
That's why you are still
Oh,
sitting
yeah,
there.
Deputy
Nobody
Speaker.
cannot talk.
Honourable Peter.
Now when you are using the
Apologies.
gas.
The only thing I respect is the
You
wig
know.
on your head, though. That's how I'm standing.
Apologies.
And it was a woman that
I'm not
brought
going
it.
to take this.
How
dare you talk to deputy speaker like that? No. Why
Just
you
say he's talking to your will.
You are just violent unnecessary.
The
Now,
The will in your ear is not enough. You are choosing another will.
Honourable Tolu, àwọn ilé ẹjọ́ ìkúrò ní ilé.
Deputy Speaker, sir.
àrífín nìyẹn mẹ́.
Point of information, Deputy Speaker.
Farabalẹ̀.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká inform àwọn audience wa correctly.
Nǹkan tẹ́ ń try láti sọ nísìn. Ó ní wípé because somebody brought wig for somebody. Yẹ́n máa túmọ̀ sí wípé something.